Great to have you back. How does it feel? And did you fear that this day would never come for you, starting in the Premier League again?
There was times when I was a bit worried. I won't lie to you. Dark days, but I was never going to give up. I'd continued trying. It's all I know, and bit of relief, but a little bit emotional as well after the game. I was so pleased and I felt great. Just unfortunate we couldn't get the 3 points in the end.
I think it was one of them, as soon as it leaves your foot, you're not going to hit it better than that. And just see it hit the top corner, yeah. Delighted for myself, and it was big for the team to get ourselves straight back in and get ourselves a bit of confidence in the game, I think.
Creo que hubo algunas diferencias en el rendimiento que nos favorecen.
I think that there were some differences in the performance that favour us, and the other aspect is that we dominated a large part of the minutes that were played.
I'm pretty confident over the course of the season we'll continue to grow. We started really fast the last couple of seasons, and maybe that's where the focus can be. But today, I'm proud of the team. We didn't win, but we could have done. But we show great resilience and great spirit, and that's what you want from your team.
So many positives for Leeds. That's such a lovely story with Adam Forshaw making his first Premier League start for the club after nearly 2 seasons out with a hip injury. And they're playing some good stuff. But the problem is, as we've touched on again, that they aren't taking their chances. And you look at last season and where their goals were contributed from, and Bamford and Dallas and Harrison. Now, of course, Bamford's out injured as well. But therefore, the productivity is not the same at the moment.
Yeah, it's difficult, and Dallas was sometimes playing a more offensive role as well. So that we have to take that into consideration. But it's just that composure. When you miss someone like Bamford. And today, Leeds played really well offensively, but there was just snatching at things. They got into some really good areas, but it was just that final pass at times, lacking a little bit of composure. When you watch Leeds, they're always going to be entertaining, whether they're making mistakes or whether they're going forward. But this one from Harrison, if he just watches it a little bit more, he gets his goal. James actually did really well down this side, but it seems as though every time he got a chance, he's celebrating before he's connected with the ball, waiting for I think it's his first goal as well. Rodrigo here is in really good form. Can he just guide it instead of smashing it?
The football's great, Mike.
Exactly that. It's just that final piece. But it's the hardest thing in football to score goals, and that's why strikers are so expensive. You've played with Dan James, haven't you, Ash? And he would have been a little bit frustrated in terms of his final pass and his final shot.
Yeah,
today.
I think he seems desperate for that first Leeds goal, and as you say, snatching at things. And I just think sometimes with Leeds, they play at such intensity and so ferocious that when it's time to settle down and just, as you say, just guide it in or just caress it in, they're still playing. Their mindset is still 100 miles an hour, and you get that where they're just lashing at things. But yeah, I think for Dan, he'll be desperate for his first goal.
The Leicester goal was immediately from the kick-off on the Leeds goal. We saw Raphinha doing that to concentrate, but you've just got to praise Leicester, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't think it's one where the Leeds defence have switched off at all. Dallas should go and win that header, but from there on out, that is just an unbelievable finish, and that's the kind of quality in front of goal that we're talking about that Leeds were lacking today. He's got his foot right around it. If we're being super critical, Llorente maybe should have showed him down the line to his left foot, but all credit to Harvey Barnes because that kind of finish is world class.
Right then, on to Everton against Tottenham and the Premier League return of Antonio Conte.
He's tactically very knowledgeable. His teams are always incredibly well organised.
He's like conducting orchestra, start to finish.
He takes no prisoners. You either do it the way he says it or you're absolutely out.
From a player's perspective, you will fear him and respect him.
He's very good at getting inside the players' minds, and he can get them to play with humility, pride, intensity.
He's a manager you'd want to play for.
It has been a speedy turnaround in managers at
The
Tottenham.
former Chelsea boss Antonio Conte is confirmed as Tottenham's new manager.
It's a great opportunity to work under one of the greatest managers of the last few years. It's time to believe again in ourselves, in our team, in our club.
This is a big challenge, big challenge. We need to work a lot to improve many aspects for every single player and not for only one. We need time, and I need the time to work. I need time to change something on the pitch, because outside is fantastic.
Commentary at Goodison Park comes from Guy Mowbray.
Rarely before has an incoming manager changed the mood of a club so dramatically before his team has kicked a ball in the Premier League.